like what's next, I guess. Like, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like what's next for you, and like let's get an audience an update on ourselves.
All right, cool. Yeah, I was telling Ricky, 'cause we talking when you be away and
Yeah.
shit like that. Where you
I know
getting
I've been
shit.
trying to replace y'all for a minute.
Yeah.
I might not replace Ricky, but you've been in the hot seat.
But the idea of, like, we talked about episodes ago about, leaving a job, then thinking about, all right, cool, we gonna go full entrepreneur route or try to balance shit, whatever. So at the same time, again, like I said, I'm an audiobook scholar now. So, but
How many you at now? 37 before. Do we get any
now
farther?
that's 57 now.
57.
57.
You don't know, 20 in 1 week. Boys, go.
Yeah,
You got
but
no life.
but the one book, coming my soft era. So now all I do is just listen to
Oh, you
audiobooks
still a house
and go to
husband?
Pilates and do dishes and pick up my daughter from school.
Yo, it's so funny because he really a house husband, but he love it. Like, first
Easiest
guy,
job I ever had, to
he
be
said,
honest.
why
Like,
do women complain? I don't understand. I
I
would
get
have
it.
been settled for the soft life.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
But the idea, I was listening to a book called Originals. I suggest everybody check it out. Definitely a dope book, whatever. But they was talking about the idea of like risk taking. And there is like a stigma around like entrepreneurs or people like chasing greatness or success, whatever. It's like, yo, like jump off the ledge, leap of faith, do what you gotta do, whatever, and figure this shit out. No parachute. You're gonna be good with your willpower and shit like that and your idea. And yeah, of course, like that can work out, nothing wrong with that, but also the idea of like many people that have achieved greatness and businesses and their own or visions, they is the idea of also taking a risk, but also like a calculated risk. And they really dive deep into that and like just kind of like debunk the stigma of like, no, like what's fuck a plan B? What's a plan B? And again, not saying nothing wrong with saying fuck a plan B, but also as many people that have done things was like, oh no, yeah, like I started this business, but I'll quit a year or two into the business once we made profit. Like, and just so I think I've been thinking about that, about what's next of like, all right, if I do get a new job, whatever that may look like, whatever, but also there's nothing wrong with assessing how it is in real time and making the best decision versus like, no, it's just this no matter what. So
So you saying when people get stubborn to sticking to the process?
yeah, versus seeing how the cars lay out.
Yeah,
If
no,
any good
yeah.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
No, I was just presenting that because
Yep.
I did like veer off, and I had to. That's why I was
Mhm.
like, that was the part that.
Mhm.
But no, to your point though, so I've never had a job. Like I
Right.
literally been an entrepreneur or a hustler or
Mhm.
whatever, just a hustlerpreneur my entire life. You
Mhm.
follow what I'm saying? So for me, my mindset has always been like, this is it.
Right, right.
But I've been trying to find. I'm not even gonna say I'm trying. I've been creating stability within the business so that it feels consistent, like
Mhm.
the job, where it's
Nothing
like
wrong with stability.
taking the contracts that's like more long term, even if it means less. You know what I mean? Building out a team and being more willing. Because when I first started my agency, had like up to 9 employees at once, and we was able to generate way more money. But of course, like we had company overhead and had to pay payroll.
Mhm.
So once I kind of like fell off that business when 2020 hit, the business kind of dissolved and everybody kind of went in their own direction. I
Mhm.
still operated under the agency, but as more like a one-man team.
Mhm.
And as a one-man team, I was cool with making six figures and this, that, and third. But it was just like, if I'm trying to scale, now I got to get back to understanding like, all right, the stability I want is going to come from taking cheaper contracts, which means going to be more work to be able to hit the numbers I want to hit.
Right.
So I got to pay a team. So that's something that I've been doing. That's what's new for me. Whereas though, versus I just being outsourcing where I might be like, hey, Q, you got a consultant agency. How about I send you a
Mhm.
client? I've been more on the in-house tip where it's like, no, look, we have these goals to hit and quotas to meet, and we are doing these, and this is what you get paid to do so. And that is one of the things that allows me now to create that stability. So as the cards lay out, as you say, it's not like a decision I gotta make where it's like, cause you asked me like, yo, would you be willing to get a job?
Mhm.
And it has crossed my mind at times, but it's just not me. So it's
Mhm.
like I just say, you know what? Instead of even if the fact that that even crossed my mind, it's not that I don't make the money. I gotta manage it better, and I gotta actually go back to being a CEO
Mhm.
and stop just being a self-employed entrepreneur. Because that's what it became down to. Is like, all right, if I can get these two contracts or such and such, I'm gonna just do the work,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna spend the rest of my time doing things that I love to do. Now I'm like, nah, I'm ready to take 100 clients, but I know that in order to be able to do so, I need a team of people so we can delegate some of these tasks. But at the same time, to be able to get that type of volume, I might have to say, you know what, instead of charging 5,500 a month, let's come up with a X amount package that's
A little
tailored
more time.
from, you know what I mean? That's going to be a 12-month contract, and they pay 1,500 a month, and we handle social media management, content creation, and strategies. Versus me saying we're gonna do the whole nine, but y'all pay me 6,000. But it's like it's only about so much I can do.
Right.
So that's how I'll say that I've been able to avoid the whole decision of if a job come up, I ain't about to be stubborn. It's like,
Mhm.
nah, like I'm not gonna be stubborn to how I do things in my business,
Mhm.
but I'm definitely gonna just run the business.
Yeah, and to piggyback off on we was talking about the conversation about would you ever take a job. Another thing I want to tell people is like the idea of like, because part of what I was going to tell you is like, since you never had a job, you've been a husband or entrepreneur your whole life, whatever. So not saying you, but some people be like, well, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Like I'm trying to make a certain amount of money with this job. I don't really got no job history per se. Like I don't got no credit history, or whatever. And I always tell people like, first of all, the good thing about job history versus credit history, you could just make up some job history. And like, or even let's say you got job history, but you got, let's be honest, bum ass job history, but you trying to not make bum ass money no more. I tell people all the time, make up some shit.
Yeah.
And the thing you got to do when you make up some shit, you still got to have some type of foundational knowledge, information to get the presentation off. But yeah, so that's also about being a student to your craft or to your pursuit or to your path, whatever you're trying to do, whatever. Because yeah, like let's say you trying to be a fucking
Astronaut.
yeah, astronaut, but you only got the experience of a fucking person that cleaned the ships. Start saying you did this, whatever, and next thing you know,
I was a custodial environmental
manager.
Yeah, manager.
Manager.
Fuck that,
Whatever
I
you
was
got on your resume, say manager, supervisor,
know what's funny?
coordinator, specialist. Like,
to your point though, you wanna know what's funny? Because I do have a LinkedIn profile, right? You tried to add me, I never added you. You're in my request box, but we'll talk about that later.
even though this nigga had a LinkedIn profile.
Say Q Day Howard tried to add you if that was your name. And I'm just like
Social is.
but so because I've owned multiple businesses, like even before I remember when I first had first time marketing, before I had first time marketing, I just owned the hair cartel.
Right.
I had I was selling I had my
Yeah, that when I first
homegirl-
met you.
Huh?
Yeah, that when I
Hair
first met
cartel?
you. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had the hair cartel beauty salon. And then my homegirl used to bake. So we had Sweet Pea Cupcakery and we had like she baked and we sold the cupcakes and all of that. We had that. And I had it was another business that I had that was on the resume that I had created. And the amount of the positions that they was like even now, fast forward to all the business I've had since then. Like when I apply for the CEO of companies. I don't give a fuck if it was a Fortune 500 company. I apply
Yeah,
only.
so
I
Apple.
just did that. Literally, bro. I literally had a LinkedIn account. That's why, or not LinkedIn, Indeed.
Gotcha.
Indeed. I just had an Indeed account. I made it like a month ago because I was really considering. Remember I told you I considered it.
Mhm.
I made my resume or whatever the case may be. And I put it out there and I apply for all CEO positions of every corporation. So it's like,
That's kind of crazy, but I respect it.
but I'm gonna tell y'all, it's crazy to y'all, but I've only ever been a CEO.
Right.
So it's like, even if y'all feel like, but not of them, but it's like, nah, like I've built companies to make millions of dollars.
For sure.
So it's like, what makes, look at it like this, I got real life CEO experience.
For sure.
The person as a CEO, yeah, he got the corporate ladder CEO experience or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, I did this without y'all. So with y'all infrastructure, this would be way easier than me having to make millions from nothing.
No.
You follow what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that.
So-
you're saying is like don't make sense.
Yeah.
Still crazy
Yeah,
though.
like, dude, what? But I tell you,
Because
no,
also you can get the.
I really apply for CEO. Like I'll show you. Like I really apply for
I
all CEO
believe.
positions.
But also, like, so is ever any thought to apply to a position? It may not be a CEO position, but could be money that
manager.
also be great to you? Director or manager?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, I was just curious. Like, you say
but
CEO
no.
or nothing? Or
No,
something.
not CEO or nothing. But
Gotcha.
it was like when I typed in my desired salary, that was the only positions that was popping up.
Fair.
When you type in $250,000 and 150,000, it starts at like, oh, we need you to be the head of this or the, you know what I mean, the director or shit like that. But it was just so funny. I was laughing at myself because I'm cracking the fuck up because I'm like, yo, I'm really sitting here applying for the CEO of said corporation. But when I look at the
You
requirements,
can make it work though.
I have the requirements. Like when they say we need somebody that's efficient in this, proficient in this, could do this, have this amount of experience, I'm like,
Yeah, you could definitely be the
that mean?
chief regional directing of
Yeah.
marketing at any company.
any company, like, because it's like at the end of the day, I really ran companies, and it's like not even just running companies. It's like y'all gonna give me the infrastructure, and all I got to do is come in and manage it.
Mhm.
Like, what we talking about? Sign me up. But then I get to the whole why make them more millions when I could just do that myself. And that's the struggle that I felt like as an entrepreneur. That's like
Right.
not on the fence about it. It's like that be my mindset. It'd be like, why would I sell my time
I
to
could
you
put more energy.
when I could just
into
put it all here? But